What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Nate. If you just saw that, I didn't update my stream title, so I'd be giving people an inaccurate view of what was happening. So I made sure to restart that session and get the stream going yet again, because that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to help. Always trying to make sure everything is done properly. Got to dot all those T's, cross all those I's. You know what it is. You know how I do it. Anyway, today I will be working on a React application. So let's just hop right into it. I've done something wrong. Where's my? There we go. I misclicked on the old stream deck. Anyway, Irish Red Ale says, "Nerd, you are late. I was on time, and then I had screwed up my settings." Aiden says, "LFG React." Indeed, LFG React is right. You know what, Irish Red Ales? Why don't you say that to my face? I was gonna see if you wanted to come along and stream with me, and then I jumped in the chat and you weren't saying anything. If you want, you know, if you'd like to hop in here and give me some guidance. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be doing what I think is right to figure this bad boy out. All right, so not gonna respond. Excuses, see me in the office by EOD. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because they'd put you in charge of anything. And by that I mean they probably would put you in charge of things. I hear you've had quite the storied career in the military. Anyway, sorry, Aiden, but Lucky's the only one. He is the only one I'd have do this with me. So I am going to hop right into it. So first things first, it's React. I need to figure out how to start a React app. Now, of course, I've done this a couple of times before, but I haven't like really tried to do it. But let's just start by looking at the React page here with the library for web and native user interfaces. Learn React right there. Quick start. All right. See, I know all this stuff. This is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. Create Vite. Not gonna do a Vite unless React tells me to. Let's go into the installation, right? React has been designed for gradual adoption, whatever, don't care. In this chapter, start a React project, how to add React to an existing project, how to set up your editor, how to install React developer tools. That's fantastic. All right, so try React locally, download this HTML page, open it. Is this React? It says don't use this in production. This is in production. I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. Add to a resisting project. You can start a new React project. Production grade React frameworks. Next.js, Remix, Gatsby, Expo. Expo for native apps. NPX create React app. Slap that in Google real quick. It doesn't say to use create React app, dude. It says to use Next.js. Let's see what else we got. Bleeding edge React frameworks. Next.js's app routers are redesigned to fulfill the React's full stack architecture vision and lets you fetch data in asynchronous components that run on the server or even during the build. Next.js is maintained by Vercel. You can deploy a Next.js app to any Node.js or serverless hosting on your own server. Next.js also supports static export, which doesn't require a server. I like the static export thing. I think this is going to be helpful. So as little as a static site or an SPA. This is good. No, I'm doing this the way React wants me to. That's it. I'm not gonna compromise on what React wants for me by doing something else. I'm gonna be using what React says to use. In fact, I might not even use Vim. Set up your editor. What's the editor? VS Code. That's the editor to use. It says it's right here. VS Code. We're throwing open VS Code. Oh, I actually have it installed. Weird. Now we're going to do what they say. Okay. What's taking VS Code so long to install? or to run. All right, this is real laggy. All right, there we go. Now the lag is done. You're running an emulated version. For better performance, you should download an ARM64 version of VS Studio Code for your machine. All right, if that's what they're telling me to do, I guess I got to download an ARM version. VS Code darwinuniversal.zip. Okay, fantastic. All right, now we can get started with React. vscode.app. I guess I'll throw this in my applications. Is that replace? Oh, well, let's close this. Visual Studio Code, into applications, replace. Oh, it's still in use? I quit it. What the heck are we talking about? Applications, replace. I'm going to do this one more time. Applications, replace. There we go. All right, so now, well, this thing's telling me getting started, so it's not telling me what to get started with. Oh, first steps. I have to watch the introductory videos. This is what React wants me to do. All right.
This is Visual Studio Code.
This is Visual
a
Studio Code.
lightweight but powerful code editor. In the next few minutes, I'm going to start from scratch so you can follow along.
Wow.
And we're going to write and execute some code.
Wow. All right, I'm not actually going to do this. I don't care what React wants me to do. I'm not going to watch this getting started with Visual Studio Code. So let's open up. What's this thing called? VS Code? It's just called Code. Visual Studio Code.app, aka Code, aka VS Code, aka Yikes S Code. All right, so let's close out of this other thing I was doing a long time ago. What was this? Oh, let's install this. Are you using a screen reader? No. Dev containers. Is that something I need? Is that useful? I guess I have it installed. Docker, is that okay? I have it installed. Kubernetes? I'm not going to install Kubernetes. Google Cloud Code? No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to commit this. Sure. So I don't know what this is about. Oh, this was a Flappy Bird I was writing in Lua using the Love engine. That's always fun. Look at that, Docker. And it can't connect, of course. But, I'm not going to worry about it. Remote Explorers, extensions, search, Explorer. All right. How do I open recent, add folder, new text file, new file, open recent. Is there not a new workspace button? Maybe it's open? I don't care anymore. I'm just going to cd to my home directory, source, GitHub, npmail. This is where we want to be. So I didn't actually explain what I was working on. What I'm going to do is make a new repository. Actually, I'm going to do a new GitHub repository using gh repo create. I think that's the command. There we go. Create a new repository on GitHub from scratch. It's going to be called resume review. It's going to be the resume review queue. And I'm going to be the owner. Description is going to be a web app to help sign up potential resume reviewees to have their resume reviewed live on stream Fridays at 8:00 p.m. EST. So that is fantastic. And we'll take it public. Why not? Would you like to add a README file? No. Would you like to add a git ignore? Sure. We are going to do this in React. Is React an option? No, it's not. But we can just say JavaScript. Well, Java's here. Is there no JavaScript? All right, is there a next.js one? There is not. So I am lost with what I should do for my git ignore template. That is a darn shame. I'm not sure what to do here. Rocket R Qt Qooxdoo. Cooxdoo? What the heck is Cooxdoo? Or Qooxdoo. What is that? A mature open source battle tested JavaScript framework. Build rich single page applications using OO development with no CSS or HTML required. Well, that's fun. Cross-platform, run on any browser or Node.js, and can be tested in ES6 everywhere, including server and mobile. Well, that's fun. The hidden gem of browser development. Huh. Well, that's kind of neat. I wonder who uses it. Bunch of companies I've never heard of. Fantastic. Anyway, back to VS Code. I don't know what to do. There's no React, JavaScript, Next.js. All right. So clearly there isn't one. So I've made a mistake here, and I can't escape out of this. So I have to pick one now. Can I Control C out of this? Oh no. Oh no. All right. GH repo create npmail / what did I call this thing? This was going to be the resume review web portal. All right. CD to resume. Oh, no, I don't need a CD. That's not how you do things here. All right, go away. I'm going to open a folder. Going to be github.com, npmail, resume review. Did that not get created? All right, so I'm already having problems. This is already far too painful for me. I do not know what to do now. I guess I'm just going to make a new folder. Resume review web portal. So I'll open that. And of course I trust the authors. It's me. Why wouldn't I trust me? And I don't want to show the welcome page. I don't like the welcome page. Anyway, so now I need to, what do I need to do? I need to run the terminal. Terminal? New terminal. Fantastic. And what did it tell me to run back on the React web page? Oh, it just told me to install VS Code. But what else did it say? Start a new project. Next.js. npx create next app at latest. So that's fantastic. Let's just paste that bad boy and run it. To install the following packages, create next app. OK to proceed. What is your project name? Create next. No, not create next app. I want resume review web portal. Would you like to use TypeScript? Absolutely. ESLint? Sure. Tailwind CSS? Absolutely. Source directory? Yeah. App router? Yeah. Would you like to customize the default import alias? No. And it's doing stuff. It's doing stuff. Oh, it looks like it's nested a thing. I didn't know that. You know, that would have been good to know. It didn't warn me. So now I guess I gotta check out the Learn Next.js course. Go from beginner to expert, learning the foundations of Next.js. All right, I'm gonna just scroll through this very quickly. We'll be building a home page. I'm not gonna build that. This looks like a hassle. Oh, so now they're recommending I do the React foundations. Oh man, this is a hassle. Oh man. Wait, if you're familiar with React, you can skip from React to Next.js. All right, so we got some React. All right, fantastic. From React to Next.js, I don't care. Installing Next.js, I don't care. I'm going to figure this out myself. I don't care. This is all nonsense. Boring. I'm just going to get into the code. I don't even care. So anyway, here we are. We have Do I need to install some more tools or something? Let's just open up, I don't know. Layout.tsx, page.tsx. Okay, now this is where the fun happens, I suppose. Again, I don't know. I've never done this before. Is there a way to make this color scheme not bad? Color scheme. Nope, that was useless. Is this the extension? This is extensions. Tokyo Night. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. Tokyo Night theme. What's the good one? The 43K. I'm just going to install that bad boy. Ooh. Tokyo Night Go. Set color scheme. Tokyo Storm. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. All right, cool. So now we're back in it. Layout.tsx. Import metadata from Next. Import inter from Next font Google. Import ./global.css. Inter subsets Latin. Don't know what any of that means. Export metadata. Title create Next app. Description generated by Next app. Now this is not going to work out for me. So let's highlight this. Oh, I don't like that. Is there a way to like... Can I install Vim motions? Vim emulation. Install. All right. So let's go back to layout. So... Okay, now we're talking. Now I feel like I'm editing. So I will change the title to, let's see, resume review sign up sheet. That's fantastic. Description. Please come to this website to sign up for the Nate Stream resume review. What else do I want to say? Sign up for the Nate Stream resume review Fridays at 8 o'clock p.m. EST. So we got the root layout. Return HTML lang in body class name inter.class name children body. So I assume that inter.class name, what is that? Go to definition? Where is that? Okay, this is inside of a bunch of Next.js nonsense. I assume that happens inside page, maybe? Maybe that's it? Maybe that's how that works? I would expect next config, next env, DTS. Should not be edited. See Next.js basic features TypeScript for more information. Whatever. ESLint.rc, favicon.ico. Oh, we got to replace that favicon.ico. That's going to be a problem. I mean, look at this. This is despicable. This is sad. This is fake news. I don't like this favicon.ico. Is there a way to like run this app someplace? How do I do that? I may not know how to do anything here. We'll run. Can I start debugging? VS Code extension development, web app Chrome. How about that? Add configuration. That's not going to help me. Where's the thing I go to view. All right, so something somewhere is going to tell me how to run this thing. Installation, got it installed. Creating directories, create an app folder, add a layout and page TSX. Those already exist. Root layout. Okay. npm run dev. That's what I want. npm run dev. Could not read package.json. npm run dev. Okay, here we go. Localhost 3000. If I click this, does it open? Is it open? All right. localhost colon 3000. Okay, so we have the Next.js boilerplate stuff here. So this looks good enough. Get started by editing source app page.tsx. Source app page.tsx. Okay, so there's quite a bit going on here, and this is a very wide line here. So I suppose we'll start at the top, where this little favicon.ico is, because I can fix that. All I gotta do is make my own. So I'll just find a good old favicon.ico generator. Oh, wait a second, hold on. This favicon.ico. Now that works. So what we'll do is we'll just drag this in here. Does that work? Drag this in here. Did that do anything? Drag this in here. Drag it in here. All right, drag it down here, and then take this and drag it in here. Sure, why not? So now, when I reload the page, it should give me the new favicon.ico. It didn't do it. It didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? It's right here. What's wrong with the favicon.ico? Is the favicon.ico not good enough? Oh, that's not the favicon.ico. Where's the favicon.ico? Where is it? Oh, so this just opened up the one on my desktop. Let's just drag this in. No, that's not what it wants me to do. How do I can't do anything with that. All right, I'm gonna copy that. I'll use Finder to do this. I guess Finder is what all the cool JavaScript devs do. Source github.com npmail resume review web portal again source app favicon.ico. We're going to move that one to trash, and then with an app we're going to paste it. Where'd it go? Hit paste. Oh, it put it down here. All right, so we'll just drop it into source, and then we'll drop it into github.com, and then it's too far down. Is this web development? This feels really bad. I feel very ineffective here. But who cares? We have the resume review sign up sheet, and it has me giving the thumbs up. Love to see it. I don't get this React thing. This makes very little sense to me. Oh, look at that. I'm up to 5 viewers. What's going on, viewers? Today, I am giving React an honest try. I'm doing what React says to do, so I'm using VS Code. I feel awful in this editor. This editor is bad, but whatever. I'm using Next.js and React to make a sign-up sheet for my resume review stream every Friday at 8 p.m. If you have a resume that you want reviewed, go to the Discord, submit it into the resume review channel, and soon we'll have a neat little web app that you can submit your resume to, and that'll be neat. But until then, that's the way to do it. But this is what we're working on. We're trying to get this bad boy going. So let's see. So we got that set up. It says get started by editing source app page.tsx. So we'll go page.tsx, and it just returns a bunch of nonsense. Export default function home. So that is the home page, I guess. So we have main, a div, get started by editing whatever. I'm going to get rid of everything that holds that. And then do I just write the file? And then, oh, great. So now we've lost that banner. That's good. All right, so what else we got? So this other A, whatever this is this a Vercel.com app link, something? Let's see. So I've discovered another problem with this. One of my favorite things to do is hold down a single character to continually go to the next to the next line, but when I'm doing this in here, it just wants to do all the silly foreigner like letters and things. So I guess I use W, which is the proper way to do this. So pointer events none, flex, place item center, gap, pointer events auto. I don't know what this A reference is. This I guess this is a link. Blank, no opener, no refer, by image. Oh, so this is the Vercel logo. So I don't want this Vercel logo, so I'm going to get rid of the entire div that holds it. So that's better. Now it just says Next.js. So I'm assuming this is the Next.js logo. So we'll just get rid of that. Well, that's fun. This seems to be working. So let's do a new div. Div. Class name equals. And it looks like I'm supposed to put stuff in this class name. But inside of this, we're going to put some text like, welcome to the Nate Stream Resume Review Sign Up. Sign up. I don't know if I should be doing more styling on this, but this, Frankie, looks just fine. I don't know what these MB things are. MB-32. What does that do? I have no idea what that did. Guys, I have no idea what any of these options mean. How do I edit the style? Styling. CSS modules. Okay, great. Import styles from style module CSS. Is that in here? No, it's just image. Okay, so that's something. Global styles. External style sheets. What's the Tailwind CSS? That's what the other thing is. That's what's going on. Using classes. You can use Tailwind's utility classes in your thing. Okay, so let's go through and look at Tailwind CSS. Rapidly build modern websites without ever leaving your HTML. A utility for a CSS framework packed with classes like Flex, Point For, Text Center, and Rotate 90. Ooh, Rotate-90. That looks necessary. So we'll say class name equals Rotate-90. Now that is what I'm talking about. This is web development. This is beautiful. We're going to get rid of that, though. All right, so we'll leave that there. And then what's the next thing to do? We got this docs thing. We'll avoid that. We'll just get rid of all this stuff. We don't need docs. We don't need learn. We don't need templates. We don't need deploy. We'll just get rid of all that stuff and get freaking going on some React. So I think was it this div that I want to delete too? There we go. Now that is web development. Welcome to Nate Stream Resume Review Sign Up. So what else do I want going on here? This dark background is a little too dark, I think. This looks like full on black, which isn't great for web backgrounds as I understand it. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, this is fun. So there's still, wait. Install the React dev tools for better development experience. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Install for Firefox. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so what is this for? If I reload the page, do I get the React Dev Tools? Error in parsing value for WebKit size, text size adjust, declaration dropped. All right, I'm not going to worry about that. So why is it asking for all this stuff? This media, this layout.css, that makes sense. Chunks, whatever. Okay. Let's get out of that. So we got the inspector. What is all this? What is all this? What are all these scripts? Well, that's fun. I don't know what any of this does. Is this necessary to have a website in current year? I guess. Anyway, so we got our head with a bunch of nonsense, which is perfectly fine. What else we got? We got our body, class name underscore E66FE9. Okay. Oh, you know what? I bet these scripts are for making it so it reloads when you save the page and compile it. Like if I change something, it'll recompile it and reload the page. So that's acceptable. So let's do, well, we're going to need a few things. So first of all, we're going to need an indication of how many people there are. Let's see. So we need to indicate to the user when the next stream is. We need to give them instructions on how to submit their resume. We need to give them an upload box to submit their resume. We need to work on a back-end thing to store the resume. And that's about it. Maybe we need an admin console. How does this work if I want to do the back-end also in TypeScript? TypeScript web backend Next.js. How does that work? Building a REST API with TypeScript and Next.js. Fantastic. So I've already created things. Oh, I didn't say Next.js. I didn't see the Next.js TypeScript API. Oh no. So they're saying use MongoDB. Yeah, it'll be fine. Lib directory to house our database connection logic. So we will probably need a lib directory. That makes sense. So we'll do a new folder. We'll call it lib. So we have source and lib. Or do we do source/lib? I think source/lib makes more sense. So we have source/backend, source/app, and source/lib. A new folder, not in source/app. I want it in, oh, no, now it's moving favicon.echo. All right, new folder, lib. And then we'll put that inside of source. Move. Fantastic. Next.js API routes are located in the pages/API directory. Each file within this directory becomes, oh, and it's, I need an account on Medium to read the full story. Medium, what are you doing? Is there something else here? Oh, here we go. TypeScript first. TypeScript for installing blah, blah, blah. Existing projects. I don't want that. Minimum TypeScript version. Server-side rendering. Don't really care about that. API routes. Ooh, here we go. API routes. Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. Export default function handler. Next API request. REST. Oh, it doesn't let me middle click to scroll. They have something against middle clicking to scroll here at Next.js. I don't particularly appreciate that. Do I have to two-finger scroll on a trackpad? That works. But they broke middle click scroll. Why did they break middle click scroll? Whose idea was it to break middle click scroll? Oh, scrolled too far. There we go. You can also record the response data. Handler rec next API request, next API response data. .json name. Okay, well that's something. Pages/_app.tsx. A custom app, path aliases and base URL. Okay. 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 Well, that's fun. There's a lot of stuff in here. Absolute imports and module path aliases. Source directory. As an alternative to having a special Next.js app or pages directories in the root of your project, Next.js also supports a common pattern of releasing application code into the source directory. Okay. Source/app, source/pages. Public directory should remain in the root of your project. What's in the public directory? Next.svg. Pff, don't need it. Bye. Vercel.svg. Pff, don't need it. Bye. If you're using source, you'll probably want to move other application folders such as /components or /lib. Ooh, /components. That's another one I probably want. New folder. Components. Using Tailwind, you need to add your source prefix to the tailwind config.js file. Do I have a tailwind config.js? It says you want to add the source / in the content section. Oh, I see. So it's in here already. Source /. That makes sense. So I think that's just ready to go. What are we doing? We're styling our stuff. So we have this so far. Let's say get started. Tailwind CSS works by scanning all your HTML files, generating the corresponding styles, and writing to a static CSS file. I like that, a static CSS file. That's cool. Fast, flexible, and reliable with 0 runtime. So where is the list of all the things? Ooh, dark mode. Dark : BG slate 800. Dark : text white. Dark : text slate. Interesting. By default, this uses a prefers color scheme CSS feature. So let's go back to our page and see what we're doing to set up the colors. So page.tsx, so we'll say dark : BG slate 800. And then we'll see what this looks like. See, that's much better. This is slate 800. Now that's a background color for dark mode. So let's set my stuff to light mode and see what comes out of that. System settings, light. And that didn't change. Does that change anything else? Dark, light, dark. Oh, my Firefox is already set. It's supposed to be automatic. What? All right, let's go dark. Look at it. Great. Light. Look at it. Great. Now this is what I'm talking about. Go back to dark. Okay, so now that's already set up. So that's good. So we've already got dark and light. Is there a color other than slate? I want to go slightly darker with this. I think that's going to be very important. So what are the Tailwind CSS colors? Components, templates, screencast, playground, resources, community, dark mode, theme. Theme section of your Tailwind tailwind.config.js is where you define your project's color palette, type scale, fonts, breakpoints, border radius values, and more. That looks confusing. So I have a default theme, which is good. Animation, none, spin, ping, pulse, bounce, backdrop blur, gradient 2T, gradient 2R. Well, that's kind of fun. Background size, blur. Ooh, can I set this to be a blur? Blur dash default, is that a thing? Let's go back into our page.tsx and set the text to have a blur dash. Let's just say blur and see what happens when I do that. Whoa. That's fun. How do I do this? Is it like mad at me? Blur. Hey. Can I make this be blurry when it starts and then move to not being blurry? Is there like an animation in Tailwind CSS? Wait, cursor. Hold on. Cursor, pointer. I'm not going to get into that. But let's go with Tailwind CSS animation. How does that work? Animation. Animate dash spin ping. Ooh, spin. Animate dash spin. Oh, this is amazing. This is fantastic. Guys, I know exactly what I'm doing. We're going to just leave this here. We're going to do a new div, and that's going to contain, well, let's see. Div class name equals, oh, and I got to put a space here. Spin, and then we're going to put in an image. I forget how to add an image. HTML image. Source image, source alt. All right. So we'll do img source equals, we'll get to it, alt equals photograph of Nate. Haha. I don't know what goes inside of the image tag. What goes in the image tag? This is just saying this other stuff. All right, so I don't know what good that is. Maybe I just say, maybe I'll just do the old slash Rooney at the end here. There we go. So the source is going to be nate.png. And then of course this is going to be mad because there's no nate.png. It's supposed to be a photograph of Nate. Where's the photograph of Nate? So we need to find a photograph of Nate. That favicon.ico is not going to work. I got too much stuff in here. Where is a photograph of Nate? Oh, there's going to be one inside of npmail / not in favicon.ico. Not in node modules. A lot of stuff in node modules. Really appreciate that there's this many dependencies by default for an empty app that does nothing. That's one of the things I truly like about JavaScript. They are just not afraid to just throw those dependencies at you. How many dependencies do you want? Great, we got them. Boom, dependency, boom, dependency, boom, dependency. Now, so we need to go to my home page. Is my home page not here? You know, I don't even care. I'll just download it again. npmail.com. Shout out to npmail.com. Let's just open image in new tab. There we go. Fantastic. So that is going straight into Resume Review Web Portal. And then let's see, where'd it go? What did I even call this? Thumbsup.png. Fantastic. This will go into, what is this? Public / thumbsup.png. Move. Thumbsup.png. And then let's go back here and reload the page. Okay. So putting it in a div that spins didn't work. Can I do this? Class name equals spin. That it's not, why isn't it spinning? Guys, it's not spinning. It's supposed to be rotating. There's something broken. Spin img tailwind. Animation. Animate dash spin. Maybe that's what I'm missing. I need to say animate dash. Animate dash spin. Let's check this bad boy again. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. This is good. All right, so how do I make this smaller and spin slower? It's spinning too fast. And I'm getting a phone call. Anyway, so now we got the spinning going on. That's spinning a little too fast. How do I slow down the animation in Tailwind? Slow down spin Tailwind CSS. Oh, I'm back to the animation. All right. Animate spin as a linear spin. Animate dash spin, okay. Animate dash ping, I don't want that. Actually, animate dash ping is good. Let's try that. Animate dash ping. How does that look? Okay, I don't really like that. What else we got? Animate dash pulse. Ooh, that's pretty good. And then what if we just do also animate dash spin? Will it not let me do two at once? Can I not stack animations? Well, that's disappointing. Still pulsing too fast. I want it to be slower. I want my presence to be, I want it to come in and fade out. And come in, and fade out. Come in, fade out. Could I animate dash pulse the div and then animate dash spin the image? Well, that, oh, there we go. I am a master web developer. This is the peak of web development. All right. It's also a bounce. Prefers reduced motion. Motion dash safe animate spin. No, we're not gonna be doing that. We can't be doing that. Oh, this is good. This is good. All right, so hover, animate, spin. So now it should be pulsing, and then when you hover over it, it spins. Guys, I think there's a good reason why I never became a web developer. This is all I would do all day, is just come up with stupid stuff like this. And I think I would be justified in doing so. Wicka 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 wicka. Wicka 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 wicka. I should never have been allowed to touch both a computer. I should never have been allowed to touch a computer and a with an editor and access to a web browser. This is far too much fun. What else we got? Breakpoints and media queries. Who cares? Theme. Ooh. So this download provides utilities for 4 different types of animations, such as the animate none utility. You can customize these values by editing theme.animation or theme.extend.animation in your tailwind.config.js. All right, let's tailwind.config.ts. Theme extend. Let's see. Animation. Spin dash slow. Now let's just use spin dash zoom. Spin 0.5s linear infinite. Oh, it's mad at me. Why is it mad at me? Oh, it needs a comma. Is it still mad at me? It's still mad at me. 14.7. 13.14.7. Oh, there we go. Oh, except now I probably shouldn't have that comma at the end here. Is this what it wants? Unexpected token, expected comma. Okay. So this is mad at me. Oh, whoa. Now it's really mad at me. Maybe I should have kept that in there. There we go. Okay, now zoom. Okay, so this is, maybe I say 100 ms. Well, that, this is disappointing. Oh, I didn't update it to spin dash zoom. That was my problem. Come on, guys. How'd you let me screw this up? All right. So we'll do spin dash zoom. Oh no, it's not working. All right. Animate dash spin dash zoom. There we go. Bro! The Nate copter! The pulsating Nate copter! It's perfect. It's the perfect animation. I'm the best web developer that's ever lived. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. All right, but I did notice something in the tailwind config.ts. There's this the time that takes a spin. So we're actually going to do like something like 700 ms. And instead of linear, instead of infinite, I want to do once. So let's see how that works. Oh, it didn't work. It's not. Okay, so there's not an option on that, but where is the, okay, so we have, I think it'd be cool if you hover over my face and it goes zoop. I think there's some way to do that. Let's see, infinite, arbitrary values, theme customization. What are the options for Tailwind, CSS, spin, infinite? I want to do, does it just do once by default? Notarin, thanks. Rather remove the once. Okay. I'll do that then. Because I assumed that infinite was also, there was a once option. So let's see what we got here. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. Now, I might be a little too picky. And I think I am. But what if I could make the spin a little bit more fun? I think if I can make it like kind of speed up and then slow down, so it goes zoom instead of zoom. I want it to go zoom. You know what I mean? So linear. Well, first of all, I'm going to sort of try deleting linear real quick just to see what that looks like. Oh, that is perfect. It's already perfect. Oh, that's too good, bro. I should never have been led around a web browser. This is simply too good. Chef's kiss defaults. You know what? Honestly, all right. So maybe it's not chef's kiss defaults. That one didn't work. But this will be fine. This will serve my purpose as well. Maybe I make it slightly faster. 600 milliseconds. That is fantastic. So now what we got to do is take this thing and move it up here. Just because if I just have myself in the corner, I think that's good. Or maybe not in the corner, but like up here someplace. Having my face be right in the middle, this might scare off potential resume reviewees. So I need to figure out how to do that. Wicka. Okay, so where do I go to do that? So first of all, I need to make it smaller. I think I can figure that out by searching for it, of course. Image. List style image, background image, base styles. Small screen is the images already. Okay, here we go. So we'll do class name is going to be sm. That's not very small. Excel. Oh. Med. All right, so that These things aren't very helpful. Maybe I do that not in the image, but in the div. Maybe I need to say, oh, I see. It's the breakpoints. I'm an idiot, so I could say like, I don't know. This works for every utility class in the framework. So we just say md flex, md shrink 0. Let's see. We've only used one breakpoint. You could customize this. It's small, large, XL, 2XL. Max SM modifier. Huh. Customizing your screen, customizing your theme. Got tablet, laptop, desktop. I see. So this is. Oh, I see. So I can just do a max dash however many px. That'll work. So let's do max dash, I don't know, 120 px. Is that a thing? That's not how that works. Okay, so clearly I've gotten a thing or two wrong here. Yeah, I'm actually going to get rid of this animate pulse. I think the spin stands on its own as perfect web design. So what do I do? Oh, I see. It's a breakpoint. So I'm on all these breakpoints. Let's just say small make image small tailwind CSS. Object fit. That's not what I want. Object contain, object none, object scale down. Resizing a cover to cover a container. That's not what I want. Creating an element, containing an element, stretching to fit, scaling down if too large. Object dash scale dash down. All right, let's try that. See if there's some defaults or something. If I don't have to do the H and W. Object scale down. All right, that didn't help at all. So we'll do H. I don't know. 30. What happens if I do that? Okay, that didn't fix it. Maybe that goes in the image. Object scale down H30. Oh, I bet that H30 is another breakpoint. Scale down its original size down to fit its container if necessary. Okay. So this is about original containers, but how do I change the size of a container? Responsive design, dark mode, other media query. Please, dark mode. Got it figured out. Literally not a problem. Reusing styles. Adding custom styles. Functions and directives. Whoa. Oh man. So a list of every core plugin. This is what I'm talking about. What's this accent color? Ooh, the accent color. But no, we can't. We must keep this thing going. All right, animation, appearance, aspect ratio, backdrop blur. What's backdrop blur do? Is that a thing? It's not going to say it. Brightness, backdrop grayscale, backdrop invert, background clip, background color, images, blur. Discovered blur. Blur is pretty good. Ooh, what if I blurred it when I did the rotation just to make it look good? Coppinger, XP gang strong. XP gang, let's go! Also, thanks for showing up, Coppinger. I actually have never heard you pronounce your name, so I assume the Coppinger is how I pronounce it. I actually don't know. Either way, XP gang, let's go! Woo! Also, Coppinger, glad you're in here. I like to stop by your stream from time to time. Glad to see you in here. This is nice. If you're wondering what I'm up to, I'm trying to build I'm trying to give ReactJS an honest try. So I'm doing everything the React way, the way they want me to. React says install VS Code. I said, you know what? Screw NeoVim. I'm using VS Code. React says German. Coppinger. Okay. You're going deep. Indeed, I am. So what I'm trying to do is every Friday on this very stream, me and my buddy Musius, shout out to Musius, do a resume review. So I'm trying to make a sign-in sheet. So far, I have this. And I'm pretty proud of this. So I'd like to do the front end and the back end in TypeScript. You know, have it be a little calendar saying when the next time we do the resume review is. You know, maybe a little circle that fills in as too many people sign up, so that there's, you know, maximum of 4 people, and then have maybe even integrate it with Discord, because the review occurs in Discord. Maybe an upload box, you know, all sorts of stuff. But right now, this is what I got, and I'm pretty pleased with it. So yeah, that's what's going on. I can't emulate the rotation in real life. I'm nowhere near that athletic. So yeah, you know, feel free, kick your feet up, and take a gander, or leave. Do whatever you want. You're a free man. I can't stop you from acting however you want to do. I mean, that's fine. But I've just discovered Tailwind CSS and all of the neat stuff you can do with it. So I'm trying to figure this out, you know. Wait, cursor grab. I could steal people's cursors with this? Ooh, beautiful. I don't remember what I was trying to do here. Cursor grab. Oh, look at that. It makes it the grab cursor. So now people can stroke my mustache. This is powerful. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't want anyone stroking my mustache. I let very few people stroke the mustache. It's too powerful. Drop shadow, that's useful. We'll throw a drop shadow on there. Drop shadow. Oog. Is there a drop shadow on that? Is that screwed up? I'm not going to worry about it. Flex grow, flex direction, flex bias, gap. Gradient, grayscale, grid column. Not doing any grid stuff right now. Invert. Ooh. Isolation, justify center. Wait a second. This might be useful. Justify content. I don't know where to drag this to. Tailwind CSS. Justify content. Justify normal, flex start, flex end. Justify start to justify items against the start of the container's main access. Okay, so can I do like inside of this image, I want to do like a flex justify start. Is that gonna move it to the left? It did not. I don't know what I'm doing here. Center end space between. Oh, this is for when you're doing. Oh. This is for when you're doing, like, grids of things. Hmm. 3DW. DW. There we go. At least we got this working. All right, so there's just far too much stuff. Scale. Could that be what I want? Scale. Basic usage. Scale 75, 100, 125. Okay. So that's a percentage thing. So that'll work. So hopefully this one will work. Scale dash 50. There we go. That's more reasonable. Now let's turn this into, can we do scale dash 30? Nope, that didn't work. 20. 25. Oh, hit the wrong button. 25. Okay, so that's not one. What are the scale options? This is the thing that annoys me, is you can't just put in whatever numbers you want like you can in what I would say is sane things, but you know, whatever. You can force hardware acceleration. That's fun. Okay, so I can add in a 20% inside in my theme. So Tailwind config, we'll do theme, extend, oh, I'm in the wrong place. Extend, scale, 25, colon, 0.25, comma. And then we need a comma here. So then when I go back to the page, I can do scale dash 25. And then there we go. Now that is what I'm talking about. All right, I don't know why the hover animation, my spin zoom went away. Now I just have this. This is not what I want. This is broken. Tailwind CSS has failed me. Why have the Tailwind CSS gods looked down upon me so unfavorably? What have I done to anger them? Is that what? How does that? Do I do something else? Do I put scale dash 25 after this? Maybe? Okay, so that also doesn't work. Maybe this one goes scale dash 25. All right, so now it's tiny. All right, DT this, there we go. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That is absolutely what I'm talking about. So now I just need to take this and move it up here someplace so it's not in the middle. So how do I figure that out? We got ring stuff, we got sepia, we got skew, we got space, we got stroke width, got Zindex, got wheel change, width, white space, visibility. All right, so how do I left align? Left align. Text dash left? Properties, text line left, text line right, text line justify, text line start. All right, how do I align an image? Left align image, tailwind CSS. Align content, tailwind CSS. All right, content, start in, content between, content around, content evenly, baseline stretch. Content start to pack rows. Okay, well, I don't want, I'm not doing like lists of things. Unless I am. No, I don't think I am. I don't know what is going on. Also, I'm getting text messages and phone calls. Why am I so popular when I start doing stuff? Item center, justify between. I probably ought to just learn what all of the things that are already in here mean. I added dark BG slate 800. I don't know what flex means. Tailwind CSS flex. What does that mean? Utilities for controlling how flex items both grow and shrink. Flex initial to allow flex item to shrink but not grow, taking constant initial size. Flex 1 to allow flex item to grow and shrink as needed, ignoring its initial size. Auto, none. Hover focus in other states. Breakpoints. What does that even mean? Flex. Like I just see it as just as flex. min h screen flex dash call item center justify between p24. It's this item center that's screwing up my my image being in the center. That's my problem. So if I get rid of item center, that will solve this issue, I think. And then it'll all be right aligned. But yeah. So it's all this flex stuff that's screwing with me. All right, I don't know what that last one did. Min H screen. Okay, so it makes it so the minimum size of the thing is the height of the screen. What if I get rid of flex entirely? Okay. What is the justify between? Okay, and I don't know what P24 does. Okay. So from here on out, I'm only going to be using things that make sense to me. I think that's kind of the key. So I have to learn as I go along. Man, crazy how much of learning how to use React is learning how to use Tailwind CSS. But at least we got the spinning Nate. That's all that matters. Truly powerful. So 4 flex utilities. Arbitrary values. You need one-off flex value that doesn't make sense. Use square brackets to generate a property out on the fly. Got it. Okay, so that's flex. Breakpoints and media queries. Responsive design, dark mode, and other media query modifiers. So these are breakpoints. So that's something that's fun. Responsive breakpoints. And we do have the dark mode thing, which I'm very happy about. Settings. Change mode to light. And look at that, it's light. This is beautiful. Anyway. Back into settings. Go back to dark. Okay, so we need to figure out how to do the rest of this thing. How do I move this to the left? Content dash left? Maybe that's it? That didn't do it. Is there like a Next.js thing here? 69,000 people couldn't be wrong. Next.js enhance. Certainly got to install that. Is there like a React VS Code extension? Let's install that. Oh, that's quick access to the React. ES7 plus React. Native snippets. No, I don't want that. React Native. Tools. I don't want React Native. Simple React snippets. That looks all right. Is there like a Tailwind CSS? Okay, so that's good. So hopefully this will speed me up a little bit, having installed all that stuff. So what if I content dash? It's not giving me the IntelliSense. I don't know how extensions work in VS Code. Maybe back in the React docs it has something. React.dev. Let's see. Quick start. No, that's not what I want. I want installation, and it says something about editor. Recommended text editor features. All right. So it says VS Code. Where's the extension here? Install ESLint with the React recommended configuration. ESLint. Well, let's install it. What else we got? Integrate ESLint in VS Code with the extension. Okay. Make sure you've enabled all the ESLint plugin React hooks. I don't know how to do that. Formatting prettier. Formatting on save. Okay. So let's get out of there. Okay, so now we got something going on. Using IMG could result in slower LCP and higher bandwidth. Consider using image from next/image to automatically optimize images. This may incur additional usage or cost from your provider. Okay. Okay. You see, now we're getting somewhere. They're really telling me what's going on. I see the number of viewers keeps changing. So for any new people that show up, I do a resume review stream every Friday with Musius, gentleman from my Discord, and I'm trying to make a sign-up sheet for people who wish to participate. So it doesn't look like I'm just trying to drive them into my Discord, because they don't have to be in the Discord. Well, they do have to show up to get in the audio chat, but other than that, they don't really have to be in the Discord, and I don't want to make it look like I'm shilling my Discord when I'm really just shilling people coming on the stream to get the resume reviewed. I'm trying to help people here. I want as few barriers as possible. So if I just send them to a sign-up sheet, that would be helpful. Now, this is what I have for the sign-up sheet so far. Frankly, it ain't much, but frankly, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been a back-end developer for a long time, and this front-end stuff confuses me and excites me. And luckily, I have this, and that's all I have, and that's all I need. So we got breakpoints and media queries. Oh, man, is there some like definitive, like full-on guide? We got components. Is this like a thing I can do? How does this work? Do I want these Tailwind components? I mean, I think these components are nice, but it looks like, are they charging money for these? What if I get the code? Yeah, so they charge money for this. I see. That's how this works. I mean, fair enough. Get that money, Tailwind Corporation, but I don't know that I like you yet, so I'm not going to do that. Playground. Oh, this is interesting. Well, that's really cool. I do like this this crosshatch background that kind of fades in and fades out. I'm not going to use it, but I do like that. What else we got? Resources, design resources. Ooh, learn UI design. I might have to do this at some point. Refactoring UI. Is this a book? $150. You know what? I think I may not. I think this ain't me. Over a dozen comprehensive color palettes. Ooh. Component inspiration gallery. Ooh. All right, so I think I'm not going to do that. What did they say the price was? 218-page book. Is there like a way to buy this, like, not from these people? Like, I want to get this on Amazon. Kind of over it. What else we got? Community installation editor setup. Using with pre-processors. Optimizing for production. Browser support. Upgrade guide. All right. Utility first fundamentals. Hover focus on other states. Responsive design. Dark mode. Reusing styles. Adding custom styles. Functions and directives. Configuration, content, themes, screens, colors, spacing. Okay. By default, spacing scale is inherited by the padding, margin, width, min width, max width, height, min height, max height, gap, inset, space, translate, scroll margin, and scroll padding core plugins. Whoa! Peeve33 followed me. Thanks for the follow. Setting default spacing, don't care. Overriding default spacing, don't care. Default spacing scale. Okay, so we got a bunch of rectangles with pixels in them. Good. By default, Tailwind includes a generous and comprehensive numeric spacing scale. These values are proportional. So 16 is twice as much spacing as 8. That makes sense. One spacing is equal to 0.25 rem, which translates to 4px by default in common browsers. So is there some way that I can use this spacing thing to get this cool spinning image of me to the side? This is all I want to do. This is all I know. This is all I need. But right now, I don't have it. Could always put in plugins. But this feels like something that they should have that's just very easy. And I don't know why it's not. Dynamic utilities, prefix, working with modifiers. I don't know any of this. Adding components. feel like this assumes that I know a lot more about HTML than I do. I thought I knew like a basic amount, but from how little I'm understanding what's going on here, I think I know very little. So customization, that's not the tab I want. Base styles, preflight, aspect ratio, container. Component for fixing an element's width to a current breakpoint. Container class sets the max width of an element to match the min width of the current breakpoint. This is useful if you prefer to design for a fixed set of screen sizes instead of trying to accommodate a fully fluid project. Tailwind's container does not center itself automatically and does not have any built-in horizontal padding. To center a container, use the MX Auto utility. Also, what's a container? I don't know. We'll find out. Container MX-auto. Is this what I want? That's not what I want. That is really not what I want. But I do want everything inside an MX auto container, I think. Class name equals container MX auto. And then I can just delete it from here. There we go. Oh, I made a mistake. That was something. All right, let's try this again. Oh, you know what? I never closed that div out. That would explain why it's mad at me. Okay, so now we're not on the bleeding left edge there. So that's good. So what is causing this to show up kind of in the middle? Is it actually in the middle or is it just... No, it is actually kind of in the middle. What is doing that? Because I don't have anything that looks like it would make sense to be in the middle. I don't know. Responsive variance, centering by default, theme.container. I mean, I could just say center, and then it'll definitely be in the middle. That didn't even work. All right, great. Left, justify, image, CSS. How do I align an image left? So this is a bunch of stuff. Image, float, left. Float dash left? Is that what I want? Image, float dash left. Will that do it? Okay, that kind of did it. I mean, relative, I suppose. You know, now that I think of it, maybe I do want a grid. Maybe I do this on the left portion and then the rest of this on the other portions. So how do I do a CSS, let's see, grid. Grid template columns. Utilities for specifying columns on a grid layout. So let's do a... So we got a container. Let's do a div class name equals grid grid calls, I think 4 will work. And then inside of this, we will put all of these. And then we'll get rid of the float left. I think that float left is actually hurting us more than it's helping us. Okay, so why aren't these aligned like this? Why are they aligned all broken? Also, I think instead of scale 25, I think we want flex then? Is that how that works? All right, well, that's something. And it still has this, which is good and necessary. Guys, those of you in the audience, I am struggling here. I have no idea what's going on. All right, so let's try this again. So we do div, div, div. So we want 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. So then this is putting each thing in its own column. How do I make something take up more than one column? Make something take up more than one column. Tailwind CSS. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Column count. Column width, max width, got it. Column gap, okay. Hover, focus on other states, got it. Breakpoint media queries. Customizing the theme, arbitrary values. Line items horizontally tailwind. Items dash stretch. Could that be the one? Could that be what we want? I think I've done this wrong. I think I'm misunderstanding something. Yeah, this isn't right. If I get rid of all this grid nonsense. Well, that's not very helpful. Items start to align items across the start of the container's axis. Let's try that. Flex items start. Well, that isn't very helpful. I guess I don't have a Oh, I did also forget to close this div. That's not helping. We have this div. We have this div. We have this div. We have this div. How do you format this? Oh, maybe I did do one too many of those. Is there a edit format, file format? Help. Format. Indent. ESLint. Format Java or TypeScript VS Code. TypeScript programming with VS Code. Let's see. TSC, got it. Hello World, got it. IntelliSense, got it. Hover information, signature, help snippets, errors and warnings, code navigation. Go to definitions F12, peak definitions, option F12. Shift F12 goes to references. Command F12. Command P, Command Shift Command O, Command T, formatting. TypeScript.format, whatever. Built-in format is getting away. TypeScript.format enable equals false. Okay. But where do I run the formatter? User on workspace settings, settings editor. Open settings or use the keyboard shortcut. Command, comma. Okay. Format. Formatting. Format on paste? No. Format on save. That's what I want. Backup and sync settings. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. How do I get away from this? I don't want this window anymore. Escape. There we go. Alright, so let's save this. Oh, that's better. So I don't know what I was doing with this container. I forget what this was about. Consider using image from next/image to automatically optimize images. Is there like a source action? Is there a way to do that? Fix all fixable ESLint issues. That didn't do it. Let's try this ESLint image thing. Image. Will that just fix it? Will that just make it nice? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, image source thumbs up.png is missing required with packet property. All right, I don't particularly like that happening. I'm just going to switch that to img. I'm just going to delete that. Doesn't seem necessary to me. So what is going on? And baseline, hover focus. I feel like I'm missing something that I should have known from a long time ago. Core concepts, utility first fundamentals. Using a traditional approach here where custom designs require custom CSS. Chit chat, you have a new message. Okay, so I'm with you there that this looks kind of gross. A lot of stuff going on here. And you can use utility classes to design custom designs without writing CSS. So you have all those things, and it makes it into a thing. Got it. You have Tailwind's Flexbox and padding utilities, Flex Shrink P6 to control overall code layout, Max Width and Margin utilities, so you can strain the card width and center it horizontally. Okay. Background color, border radius, and box shadow. Ooh, can I do a shadow? Shadow-LG. How does that work? That didn't work. Width and height, space between font size, text color, font weight. Okay. I know what you're thinking. This is an atrocity. What a horrible mess. And you're right. It's kind of ugly. In fact, it's impossible to think it's a good idea the first time you see it. You have to actually try it. You know, I got to be honest. They're right about that. Tailwind CSS did seem kind of silly, but now that I am kind of playing around with it, it is still silly, but it's like a fun silly. Like I'm not mad at it. I'm just like, oh, you. But ultimately, I would never have been able to get this going without the help of Tailwind CSS. This would, as far as I understand, this would be a nightmare to figure out using old-fashioned, like that old timer CSS. Those kind of styles just, I don't know, make me wanna croak. I don't know where I was going with this. Anyway, they're right about this. It is a little bit cursed, but it's something. CSS stops growing, blah blah blah. Making changes feel safer. You're not wrong. Why not use inline styles? Okay. Yeah, choosing styles from predefined design system. I got to be honest, this Tailwind CSS thing is kind of grown on me a little bit. It feels really cursed as a backend developer, and how I hate annotations and hate decorating functions, and I hate making everything not having things that are just explicit. But we're already in front end, and everything's not explicit anyway, even if you were doing traditional, like, old-fashioned CSS. So, like, at this point, you may as well. I'm kind of getting it. But it's fully responsive. It includes a button with hover and focus styles. It's built entirely with classes. Well, that's fun. You know what? Maybe I take my homepage and redo it with Tailwind CSS. Because the CSS on my current page, oh, this is not what I wanted. I wanted the view source. CSS on here, it is kind of long. I don't know. They might be kind of convincing me. Oh, what am I doing with this? I broke this. Oh, I have a slash here. I don't need that. That's breaking that. Anyway. I don't know. They're kind of winning me over a little bit with this Tailwind stuff. Maintainability, easily solved by extracting components and partials and using editor and language features like multi-cursor editing and simple loops. Well, yeah, that's kind of the issue. Aside from that, maintaining a utility-first CSS project turns out to be a lot easier than maintaining a large CSS codebase, simply because HTML is much easier to maintain than CSS. Large companies like GitHub, Netflix, Heroku, Kickstarter, Twitch, Segment, and more are using this approach with great success. If you like to hear about our experiences, don't care. Hover, focus, and other states. Okay, so we got the states. We got hover. And I'm already using hover, so that's beautiful. How does this compare to traditional CSS? This is kind of an issue in CSS. Anyway, hover, focus, first child, and required, pseudo elements, before, after, placeholder, and selection, media and feature requests like responsive breakpoints in dark mode and prefers reduced motion, attribute, whatever. Got it. Modifiers can be stacked to target more specific situations. For example, changing the background color in dark mode and at the medium breakpoint on hover. Dark, MD, hover, BG, fuchsia, 600. Just a little curious. I want to see what this looks like. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh. Ooh. I don't want to do that. Oh, that's much better. Also, it turns out my shadow was there. It's just off on the edge of the rectangle and blends in perfectly. So the shadow LG is working. So that's good. Can I change the shadow color? Shadow color Tailwind CSS. --tw -shadow -color. Shadow -orange -900. Let's go. Shadow -orange -900. How does that look? Oh, it didn't do it. Where's my shadow? Can I do, what did I have before? Shadow -LG. Maybe I just do another one. Shadow -orange -900. Hey. I wonder if there's a way to do a shadow around only the non-alpha parts of an image. That's probably going to be difficult. 5DW. Anyway. Tailwind includes modifiers for just about everything. Attribute selectors. Oh, that's interesting. Modifiers can be stacked to target more specific situations. For example, changing the background color in dark mode at the medium breakpoint on hover. Dark, MD, hover, BG. Hover, focus, and active. Fun. Visited, focus within, focus visible. Pseudo class reference for a class of pseudo class modifiers. First, last, odd, and even. Silent element when it's on the first child, when it's the first child or last child using the first and last modifiers. Huh. Or you can do odd or even. This is actually kind of neat. This stuff does look kind of annoying to do without the help of good old Tailwind CSS. Got to be honest, I'm not sold on React, and I'm definitely not sold on Next.js. But this Tailwind CSS thing looks kind of lit. I'm not going to say it's extraordinarily lit. I'm not going to say it's unimaginably lit, but it is a little bit lit. Also includes modifiers for other pseudo classes: only child, first of type, empty, and more. Pseudo class reference. Huh. Focus within, focus visible, active, visited, target. First, last, only, odd, even, first of type, last of type, only of type, empty, disabled, enabled, checked, intermediate, default, required, valid, invalid, in range, out of range. Placeholder shown. Oh, that's interesting. Autofill. Read only. Huh. Got form states. Styles, form elements in different states using modifiers like required, invalid, and disabled. Huh. So what I like about this is that I'm going to have a form on mine. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a little form. So I'm just going to yoink this form from this. I'm just going to throw it down here someplace. Maybe we'll do another. Just put this form in here. Save that. Oh, it freaked out on me. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, still freaked out on me. What about this? Okay, so now we have a form. This is good. This is good. I like this. So I don't know what any of this means, but we're gonna need a form eventually, so I'm just gonna save it here. There's a lot of CSS stuff going on in here, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Username. Okay. Fantastic. So modifiers for this sort of thing can reduce the amount of conditional logic in your templates, letting you use the same set of classes regardless of what state an input is in, and letting the browser apply the right styles for you. I see. So they just have like a bunch of these different state things here. Tailwind also includes modifiers for in other form states like read-only, intermediate, checked, and more. Oh. Styling based on parent state. Oh, interesting. Group hover, stroke white, group hover, text white. Oh, well, that's kind of neat. Differentiating nested groups. Oh, I see. So you have the hover thing and you have the call thing pop up inside of it. That's neat. Arbitrary groups. Got it. Styling based on sibling state, peer modified. How does that work? Oh, I see. That is something that would be annoying to do otherwise, because otherwise you have to do a what is it, like a React use state thing, update, whatever, I don't know what it's called. So that's pretty good. What else we got? Peer marker can only use on previous siblings because of how subsequent sibling combinator works in CSS. Ah. Huh. Huh. Direct children. Styling based on descendants. Styling based on descendants. How does that work? No, I'm not going to worry about it. But how do I move this image to the left and make it smaller? That's what really matters. I've been looking at this Tailwind stuff for the last 45 minutes, and I've learned all sorts of neat stuff. But like, I think I might just be too stupid. Style button in the file inputs using the file modifier. Huh. All right, that will actually be necessary. We will need this later on. So maybe I just yoink all this, copy that, throw that inside of the span, because that's going to be necessary. There we go. So now we have a thing for people to upload their resumes. Man, I'm web design by stealing things directly out of how-to documents without understanding any of them. This is good. This is good. Note the Tailwind's border reset is not applied to the file input buttons. This means that the add a border to a file input button, you need to explicitly set the border style using a class like file border-solid. Tailwind's border reset is not applied to input buttons. Okay. We got list markers. That's fantastic. Highlighted text. Good stuff. Tell the first line of a block using first line and first letter modifier. Oh, I like that. We'll do that in here. First letter. How do I do this? First letter colon text dash 7XL. First letter text dash per wait how did what there's a text dash, it had some autocomplete for me. Font dash bold. Oh, there we go. We are getting better and better every second. This is what a website should look like. I mean, people are going to be rushing to sign up to get their resume reviewed once they make it to this homepage. This is going to be crazy. This is sort of professionalism that I expect from people and that I offer, you know? We got dialog backdrops. Style the backdrop of a native dialog element using the backdrop modifier. Not sure what that means. Prefers color scheme. I'm using that one. Haha. Well, that's fantastic. Prefers reduced motion. Motion reduce. I don't know. Try emulating prefers reduced motion in your developer tools to hide the spinner, but there's already no spinner. You know, I bet I turned on reduced motion on my Mac OS so that I can switch between virtual desktops without it's faster if you turn on reduced motion. I bet that's what's happened. I bet those yeah, because Mac OS is annoying that way. Let's try turning off reduced motion and see if that fixes it. Reduce motion. So let's turn that off. And then let's reload the page and see if we have the... Oh, that's hovering. I want the rotation thing. Whoa. Oh, that's gross. Force colors mode. No. There we go. So there it is. So I did have reduce motion turned on. But now this animation is slower when I switch between my virtual desktops. And that's really why I have reduce motion turned on. But yeah, that's interesting. Motion safe. So the prefers contrast media query tells you if the user has requested more or less contrast. Use contrast more modifier to conditionally add styles. Try emulating prefers contrast more in your developer tools. Sure, why not? Inspect. Is this the developer tools? How do I emulate? prefers contrast more. Compatibility? This isn't it. That's talking about the website. Inspect. Console settings, documentation. Is there an option in here for this? No, this is just for different devices. Oh, look at that. Screenshot tool. Why don't they have the screenshot tool up here so I can just use that? Anyway, and did I leave I left the thing. Let's see, reopen, close tab. Okay. I was already here. Hover, focus on other states. Oh, that's interesting. The print modifier. I wish more people paid attention. Oh, Aiden says, "Hey, how's it going?" What's going on, Aiden? I have. This is my website so far. Basically, I got in this mega Tailwind CSS rabbit hole and discovered that I don't know what I'm doing. So now I'm just reading through the documentation of Tailwind CSS, and this is what the website looks like so far. I've stolen these components at the bottom from the Tailwind CSS examples, and this is the only thing I made by myself. Did you end up using Next? Yeah, it's still a Next site, but like, I don't know, it's going to stay that way. I haven't done all that much of anything really, so it might stay Next. It might be something else later. I don't know. Let's see, supports rules. Use supports dash, whatever. See where the certain feature is supported in the user's browser. Okay. ARIA states. I honestly don't know what ARIA is. I think I should know by now. ARIA attributes enable modifying an element's states and properties as defined in the accessibility tree. ARIA only modifies the accessibility tree, modifying how assistive technology presents content to your user. ARIA doesn't change anything about the element's function or behavior. When not using semantic HTML elements for their intended purpose in default functionality, you must use JavaScript to manage behavior, focus, and ARIA states. Huh. Interesting. So we got that ARIA stuff. Check out ShadCN UI. Let's see what that's about. Build your component library. Beautifully designed components that you can copy and paste into your apps. Accessible, customizable, open source. Oh, I see. So they've made like a nice little thing here. Let's take a look at these components. So we got components, all sorts of stuff, theming, neat, dark mode, CLI, topography, style default, style New York. Huh. Figma, every component recreated in Figma. That sounds like a hassle, honestly. They made someone go and do that. Accordion, vertically stacked set of interactive headings. Oh, this looks pretty neat. Alert. Aspect ratio. Avatar. Badge. Oh yeah, these look neat. I think I might use the calendar one. I think this is going to be important, actually. Built on top of React Day Picker. Yeah, I think I'm really going to use this calendar one. What does this look like in dark mode? Or in light mode. That's what I want to know. Oh yeah, this looks totally reasonable. Let's go back to dark mode before my eyes start bleeding. I'm acting like dark mode is so important right now. Right now I'm sitting here and there's two giant lights shining directly in my eyes. So if I cared about light mode and dark mode, I don't anymore. Because I'm just used to sitting here for 2 hours every day getting blinded by the what's it called, the Elgato light thing. This bad boy. Like, my opinions on dark mode have certainly softened ever since I've been sitting basically like this for 2 hours every day. This calendar is nice. I think I'm going to copy this bad boy and put this in here somehow. I'm just going to put this in a comment. Use this for the calendar. Fantastic. What else we got? Card. Carousel. Ooh. That's fun. Checkbox. Gotta be honest, this checkbox, I'm not impressed. Collapsible. Okay. Combo box. Combo box. These are useful. I might grab one of those later. I don't know what to use it for. Command. That's cool. Context menu. Date table. Data table. Date picker. Dialog. Drawer drop down menu. Form. Hover card. Oh, that's fun. Not sure exactly what I'd use this for, but I do like them. What else we got? Input. Input box. Not impressed by the input box. I'm sorry. This looks like a neat UI library. I mean, it's like very, very good. Skeleton. These skeleton things annoy me so much. Why do websites render this before they render the text? Like, I don't want to see gray pulsating oblong rectangles when I just want my Facebook feed to load. This particular thing annoys me, and the fact that there's an entire included in this UI library, it makes me angry. Just make your website load faster. In the amount of time you could have sent, the amount of time it took you to send me the entire code for this, the amount of time it took you to send me all of this, as well as all of the skeleton code, you could have just sent me my friend's Facebook posts. Why do you give me the gray rectangles? That bothers me. What else we got? Slider. Oh, one of these things. I like that. Well, this lib built on Tailwind. You can customize stuff. That's good. What else we got? I'm so close to the end. I don't want to keep scrolling through this thing, but I'm getting to the end now. Text area. It looks like a text area. Toast. That's down there. Great. Toggle. Okay. Toggle group. Tooltip. Yeah, look at that tooltip. Skeletons are for people with skill issues and lazy people. Yeah, I'd argue that I have a massive skill issue when it comes to this stuff. So, yeah. So, what did we accomplish today? We got everything needed to do the front end to a resume review website. I think I'll probably write the back end before we all come back. Before I work on this again, but I'll work on the back end, finish that up, and then come back on the stream to hopefully I will have read a little bit more about Tailwind and read a little bit more about React, so it will go a little bit faster and not be derailed the first time I see a shiny new toy. Thanks everyone for joining, and make sure to check out my TikTok, my YouTube Shorts. I've been doing a YouTube Short a day, a TikTok a day. Recently, so that's fun. Otherwise, I guess I'll see you next time. I don't know, where's my this is what I want. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.